remain standing as you are able for the national anthem, followed by the university hymn, a song for Fort Hays. Performing both are the Fort Hays Singers under the direction of Dr. Terry Krull. Gentlemen, please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Standing tall.
Standing tall on the western plain, born of the sun and wind and rain, Western Kansas gives you praise. Alma mater, Fort Hays, from the past our future we design. Let the light of our knowledge shine. Our song of praise we bring to you, Alma mater, Alma mater, Fort Hays.
Please be seated. Welcome to Fort Hays State University's Fall 2023 Commencement Ceremony for the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences and the College of Education. My name is Jill Arnsdorf, and I currently serve as the Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. It is very good to be celebrating with each of you today. We are proud to have you join us to celebrate this very important rite of academic passage. Today, we will be conferring the degrees of 396 graduate students and 786 undergraduate students. Let's congratulate all of our graduates with a round of applause. As you watch the students and faculty enter, you may have noticed the flags of different countries displayed on the south side of the Coliseum. These flags recognize the countries of origin for graduating international students. Military flags are also displayed in recognition of those graduates who have served or are currently serving in the armed forces. If you are a veteran or currently serving in the armed forces, would you please stand? Thank you for your service. You may be seated. As many of you know, a primary part of the Fort Hays State University mission is to provide affordable access to higher education for those who seek the opportunities provided by the American Dream's promise, that hard work and education, they're keys to success. All of you who are first-generation college students, you are a part of the American Dream. We are proud that you chose our university to start a new generation of college graduates. If you are a first-generation graduate, would you please stand and be recognized? You may be seated. Upon the conclusion of today's ceremony, we ask that everyone please exit the building immediately to allow our staff to prepare for the next event scheduled in the Coliseum. Now allow me to introduce the members of the Platform Party. Platform Party members, please stand and remain standing as your name is called. Please hold your applause until all are introduced. They are, from your left, Mr. Wesley Winch, Vice President for Administration and Finance. Dr. Joey Lynn, Vice President for Student Affairs. Ms. Diana Mendoza, member of the Kansas Board of Regents. Dr. Tisa Mason, President of Fort Hays State University. Dr. J. David Macy, Dean of the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. Dr. Kenny Riegler, Assistant Dean of the College of Education. Dr. Angela Poole-Funai, Assistant Provost for Academic Programs and Dean of the Graduate School. Mr. Craig Carlin, Registrar and Mace Bearer, and Ms. Brenda Mader, Reader of Names. You may now applaud. We are grateful to elected officials who see the value in accessible education and the contributions that our graduates make to our great state. It is my privilege to welcome and introduce to you the state legislators who are in attendance today. Seated in Section 23 are Senator Rick Billinger from Goodland, representing the 40th Senate District. Representative Ken Rajas from Egra, representing the 110th House District. Representative Barb Wassinger from here in Hays, representing the 111th House District. And we are also pleased to welcome City of Hays Vice Mayor Sandy Jacobs. Your attendance here today shows both your support of and pride in our Fort Hays State University students. Thank you for being here. Representing the Kansas Board of Regents today is Ms. Diana Mendoza. Regent Mendoza was appointed to the Kansas Board of Regents in 2022. She serves as the Director of English for Speakers of Other Languages and Diversity at Dodge City Public Schools and has been in public education for more than 20 years, serving as a teacher, an instructional coach, and a district-level director. Regent Mendoza received an associate degree from Dodge City Community College, a bachelor's degree in elementary education, and a master's degree in educational leadership from Kansas State University. Please help me welcome to the podium Regent Diana Mendoza.
President Mason, distinguished faculty and staff, guests, alumni, and most importantly, graduates. Thank you for the opportunity to join you on this remarkable occasion. Graduates, on behalf of the Kansas Board of Regents, I congratulate you on this tremendous accomplishment. Your presence here today indicates that you have demonstrated dedication and commitment to your studies. There is no doubt in my mind that you have encountered barriers, setbacks, and perhaps even moments of self-doubt at some point along your educational journey. Yet, when faced with that adversity, you have shown perseverance, resiliency, the ability to adapt, and you have proven to the world that success is imminent when we stay the course and focus on our goals. As you prepare to leave this institution, take a moment to reflect on the new set of skills you have acquired from your experience as a college student. Consider your motivation, your mentors, all the obstacles you have overcome. What are the driving forces that have led you to this very moment? As you reflect on your journey, I propose a challenge. Graduates, I challenge you to be a leader. I challenge you to multiply the skills you have acquired, to empower others by sharing your knowledge and experiences. In the words of CEO and President of the National Hispanic Heritage Foundation, Jose Antonio Tijerino, remember this: you are not lucky to be here. The world needs your perspective. They are lucky to have you. Congratulations, class of 2023. On behalf of the Regents, I applaud you and wish you all continued success. Thank you.
Thank you, Regent Mendoza. The Kansas Board of Regents appointed Dr. Tisa Mason as the 10th president of Fort Hays State University in December of 2017. Her academic credentials include a Doctor of Education degree in higher education from the College of William and Mary in Williamsburg, Virginia, a Master of Science degree in education from Eastern Illinois University in Charleston, Illinois, and a Bachelor of Arts degree in Sociology, Anthropology from Transylvania University in Lexington, Kentucky. Please help me welcome to the podium President Tisa Mason.
Well, you did it. Today is your day and you worked hard. You are now graduates of Fort Hays State University. As I begin my remarks, I'd like to thank all of the Fort Hays State University faculty and staff who are here to celebrate with our awesome graduates. These are the people who inspired your dreams, helped you discover your talents, and fueled your passion. I know that you also have other people in your life who helped you get here today. People who are proud of the dedication that you have shown in successfully completing this chapter of your academic careers. Your family and your friends who have been there to support, encourage, and cheer you on throughout your collegiate experience. So let's take a moment and please join me in thanking your family, your friends, your faculty, and your staff who have supported your educational goals. Today is a day filled with emotions and feelings. The feeling that you're leaving something behind, and also a feeling of excitement for starting something new. Those feelings of nostalgia are important. They mean that we have etched a place in your heart and that you are tied to your alma mater. Remember, as you move forward and start something new, we will always be with you, ready to cheer you on and to help in any way possible. Change is all around us, and how you, as a Fort Hays State University graduate, handles our constant world of change is what will differentiate you from other graduates. Think of it as a carry-on suitcase for a trip of a lifetime. You have the knowledge, both broad and specific, from what you've learned in your general education classes and in your major or your concentration. You have enhanced your ability to find new knowledge, to read, to research, to experiment, to distinguish fact from fiction. You have developed intellectual skills. You can solve problems, you can communicate effectively while showing respect for diverse perspectives. You know how to use technology. So use today's high-tech tools and the new technology that we can't even imagine to make yourself smarter, to make learning easier, to increase your performance and your productivity. Then take that knowledge and your skills and the technology and go put them to work. As a Fort Hays State University alum, you are equipped to be agents of change, or as the famous saying goes, be the change that you want to see in our world. Be engaged global citizen leaders, doing good for others and being a good person. Work hard, be smart, be humble, be helpful, be kind, and become engaged in the world around you. Don't ever forget that an education is a privilege, and a Fort Hays State University is a special privilege. Cherish it. Leave here today knowing that we are so very proud of you, and we look forward to your success and your strong connection to this university. Congratulations, graduates. I call upon the provost for a report of the Education Specialist degree candidates.
President Mason, we shall be conferring 12 Education Specialist degrees. Will the candidates for the Education Specialist degree please stand?
Through the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the State of Kansas, I hereby confer upon you, who have completed all of the requirements, the Education Specialist degree with all its rights, its privileges, and its responsibility pertaining thereto. Please be seated. I call upon the provost for a report of the master degree candidates.
President Mason, we shall be conferring 276 master's degrees today. Will the candidates for the master's degree please stand?
Through the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents in the state of Kansas, I hereby confer upon you, who have completed the requirements, the master's degree with all the rights, the privileges, and the responsibilities pertaining thereto. Please be seated.
Will Marshals Kim Chappell, Paul Nienkamp, and Kevin Splickle please bring forward the Education Specialist and master's degree candidates?
Dr. Angela Poole Funai, Assistant Provost for Academic Programs and Dean of the Graduate School, will be hooding the candidates. And Dr. Kenny Rigler, Assistant Dean of the College of Education, will present those educational specialist candidates from his college. Christina A. Oborny, Education Specialist, Leadership in Reading. Kate Bremerman, Education Specialist, Education Innovation and Leadership. Christopher Corby, Education Specialist, Education Administration. And now, Dr. J. David Macy, Dean of the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, will present the master's candidates from his college. Rebecca E. Balzan, Master of Arts, History. Keith Isaac Shockley, Master of Liberal Studies, Teaching and Learning. Wan Liu, Master of Liberal Studies, Art. And now, Dr. Kenny Rigler, Assistant Dean of the College of Educational, will present the master's candidates from his college. Megan Crane, Master of Science, School Counseling. Serenity Johnson, Master of Science, School Counseling. Teresa L. Kern, Master of Science, School Counseling. Kelsey Nichelle Cole, Master of Science, School Counseling. Alyssa Ann Anderson, Master of Science, School Counseling. Kimberly Marie Kaiser, Master of Science, School Counseling. Jody R. Howard, Master of Science, School Counseling. Denzel Major, Master of Science, Clinical Mental Health Counseling. Sierra Nicole Thomas, Master of Science, School Counseling. Myra Pacheco, Master of Science, School Counseling. Allison May Rempe, Master of Science, School Counseling. Ashlyn Krigbaum, Master of Science, School Counseling. Lindsay Brooke Sabala, Master of Science, Clinical Mental Health Counseling. Carly C. Ballman, Master of Science, Clinical Mental Health Counseling. Shannon Elizabeth Lutz, Master of Science in Education, Library Specialist. Michaela Stoffel, Master of Science in Education, Curriculum and Instruction. Cruz Evangelina Morningstar, Master of Science in Education, Transition to Teaching. Shani Faye Adams, Master of Science in Education, Secondary and PK-12, Transition to Teaching. Samantha S. Voorhees, Master of Science in Education, Mathematics. Danielle Gomez, Master of Science in Education, Curriculum and Instruction. Lakin Marie Worth, Master of Science in Education, Mathematics. Lydia Chappell Deckert, Master of Science in Education, Transition to Teaching. Renee Kaysen, Master of Science in Education, Curriculum and Instruction. Sulian Lamond, Master of Science in Education, Higher Education, Student Affairs. Nicole Liana Winter, Master of Science in Education, Higher Education, Student Affairs. Michelle R. Ponce, Master of Science in Education, Higher Education, Student Affairs. Melanie R. Smith, Master of Science in Education, Higher Education, Student Affairs. Aaron Scott Waldorf, Master of Science in Education, Transition to Teaching. Travis Clay Thompson, Master of Science in Education, Transition to Teaching. Megan Regier, Master of Science in Education, Transition to Teaching. Daniel Alexander Reyes, Master of Science in Education, Special Education. Hannah Van Arsdale, Master of Science in Education, Elementary Education. Kirsten Mohide Hickey, Master of Science in Education, Elementary Education. Erica Nicole Bench, Master of Science in Education, Elementary Education. Jennifer Serber, Master of Science in Education, Elementary Education. Bradley J. Long, Master of Science in Education, Elementary Education. Wendy Elizabeth Garcia Andrade, Master of Science in Education, English for Speakers of Other Languages. Megan Kaysen, Master of Science in Education, Elementary Education. Haley L. Manwaring, Master of Science in Education, Elementary Education. Mariella Sweat, Master of Science in Education, English for Speakers of Other Languages. Nicholas A. Schmidt, Master of Science, Education Administration. Caleb Moeller, Master of Science, Education Administration. Kelsey L. Perez, Master of Science, Education Administration. Zachary McDowell, Master of Science, Education Administration. Sarah M. Martinez, Master of Science in Education, English for Speakers of Other Languages. Catherine G. Dolan, Master of Science, Special Education. Cindy Ann Alberts, Master of Science, Special Education. Jennifer Ann Lever, Master of Science, Instructional Technology. Bryce Skiles, Master of Science, Instructional Technology. Jennifer Walterman, Master of Science, Education Administration. Michaela J. Strecker, Master of Science, Instructional Technology. Callie Marie Miller, Master of Science, Special Education. Cordesia Reed, Master of Science, Special Education. Laura Vivian Burchett, Master of Science, Special Education. Reginald Lamar Barnes, Master of Science, Special Education. Tricia K. Kaiser, Master of Science, Special Education. Clacy Jade Crawford, Master of Science, Special Education. Michelle A. Clounch, Master of Science, Special Education. Megan April Blacketier, Master of Science, Special Education. Jennifer Lee Brink, Master of Science, Special Education. Amy Jo Perry, Master of Science, Special Education. Stacy Lee Logue, Master of Science, Special Education. Sarah Elizabeth Pruden, Master of Science, Special Education. Rachel Alicia Monares, Master of Science, Special Education. Amy Elizabeth Pixton, Master of Science, Special Education. Alexis J. Lemcool, Master of Science, Special Education. Taylor Lynn Parsons, Master of Science, Special Education. Elizabeth Wagner Crable, Master of Science, Special Education. Melissa Reimer, Master of Science, Special Education. Alicia A. Thompson, Master of Science, Special Education. Jamie Lee Wolbert, Master of Science, Special Education. Shannon Elizabeth Tomlinson, Master of Science, Special Education. Courtney Christine Weiser, Master of Science, Special Education. Jasmine Wayne, Master of Science, Special Education. Kyla Sharp, Master of Science, Special Education. Chelsea S. Shipley Uvanoglu, Master of Science, Special Education. Thomas Earls Lichty, Master of Science, Special Education. Shailene Faith Ayton, Master of Science in Education, Higher Education. Nashrezi Thomas, Master of Professional Studies, Organizational Leadership. Laurel Augustine, Master of Professional Studies, Criminal Justice. Ryan Patrick Williams, Master of Professional Studies, Organizational Leadership. Jennifer Salas Lopez, Master of Professional Studies, Organizational Leadership. Jessica Pleasant, Master of Professional Studies, Organizational Leadership. Sean Marie Weekly, Master of Professional Studies, Organizational Leadership.
I call upon the Provost for a report of the baccalaureate and associate degree candidates.
President Mason, we shall be conferring 277 baccalaureate degrees and 27 associate degrees. Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degree and associate degree please stand?
Through the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the State of Kansas, I hereby confer upon you who have completed all of the requirements, the baccalaureate degree and the associate's degree, with all the rights, the privileges, and the responsibilities pertaining thereto. Please be seated.
Will Marshals Matthew Clay, Kim Perez, Betsy Crawford, and Brett Zollinger please bring forward the baccalaureate and associate degree candidates at this time.
Dr. J. David Macy, Dean of the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, will now present the candidates from his college. Seth Meyer. Tiara D. Brown. Madeline J. Underwood. Acacia Lee Pedigo. Clay Garrett Robinson. Isabella Ann Artman. Maria de Jesus Nieto. Mia Sarah Valdez, cum laude. Carly Solis Enriquez. Jason Lee DeJong. William Travis Richard. Madison E. Crabtree, cum laude. Sophia T. Jones. Chastity Elaine Congleton. Jesus A. Sotelo. Chandra Sotelo. Riley A. Tinder, summa cum laude. Carly R. Campbell. Anna Catherine Potter, cum laude. Ivy J. Walker. Tabor A. Rucker. Casey R. Parkinson, summa cum laude. Abigail M. Cheney. Alexis Elizabeth Folkerts. Sofia Alicia Ticareno. Laura A. Crone, cum laude. Allison Vroman. Liliana Hernandez. Cindy Orentia, cum laude. Sherry-Ann Noyes. Jacob A. Buckman, cum laude. Larry Zimmerman. Zachary M. Miller. Courtney Jean Nicole Callahan. Catherine C. Collister. Savannah Lee Baumgart. Melissa Nicole Mincer. Lauren Pesick. Amanda K. Wisson, cum laude. Christina M. Ringstrom. Brecken M. Prytower. Brittany M. Churchill. Olivia Lupe Camarena. Laura A. Desolates. Ellie Marie Clausen. Ashley Nicole Cox. Madison R. Olson. Farah K. Mertz. Kendry S. Grandy. Rebecca Horton, cum laude. Serena Heyman. Talon P. Mendenhall. Katina E. Vonderschmidt. Priscilla S. Valenzuela. Jordan F. Weisinger. Jerron S. Caraway. Alex Matthew Gilmore. Heather Marie Smith. Estefany Sanchez Flores. Christina Lee Randall, summa cum laude. Adela M. Roth. Erica D. Sparks. Christopher Michael Rodriguez. Gabriella Noel Tollifer. Sierra Wright. And now, Dr. Kenny Rigler, Assistant Dean of the College of Education, will present the candidates from his college. Bailey Elizabeth Brummett. Callan Isla DeWitt, magna cum laude. Lainey Raylyn Clark, magna cum laude. Clara Marie Crawford, summa cum laude. Taylor Nicole Dries, cum laude. Riley Christian Champney, cum laude. Crystal Dorn, cum laude. Robert Boucher. Bailey P. Bryn. Vanessa Ray Ballard, cum laude. Christina Anguiano. Jessica A. Applegarth. Allie Marie Pickerel. Michael A. Bazin. Jessica May Walker, cum laude. Angela N. Kinzer. Hannah Marie Kwasniska, magna cum laude. Evelyn Viridiana Perez. Shayla D. Meisner. Alyssa Renee Nye. Katie Elizabeth Lytle, summa cum laude. Rachel Elaine Mattel, cum laude. Lindsay Marie Herbert, summa cum laude. Erin Marie Lang, magna cum laude. Mackenzie J. Foose, cum laude. Medea M. Hayden. Abigail E. Geeson. Kaylee Marie Harbaugh, cum laude. Josiah W. Fouts, cum laude. Rietta Brooke Thomas, cum laude. Natalia V. Granados. Michaela Elizabeth Wetter, cum laude. Laken C. Vondercheck, cum laude. Jera Renee Vandergrift. Gabriella L. Town. Harley Tabor Watkins, magna cum laude. Sherry Marie Fenwick. Tara B. Todd. Mindy M. Schuler. Serena Dawn Smith. Abigail Isha Rhodes, cum laude. Jolynn M. Richards, cum laude. Vanessa Renteria. Anne Schlafly. Courtney L. Tinkham, magna cum laude. Gracie N. Fonensteel, magna cum laude. Lexi J. Espada, cum laude. Shelby Lynn Herman. Keisha D. Williams, cum laude. Dustin A. Nichols. Alexandria Nicole Wilson, cum laude. Brianna L. Jones. Jasa A. Wickers, magna cum laude. Whitney M. Brummer, summa cum laude. Kylie M. Rickey, cum laude. And Brooklyn M. Whitcomb.
Please stand for the playing of the alma mater. You are now officially graduates of Fort Hays State University. Congratulations. Undergraduate students, please move those tassels from right to left. This concludes today's ceremony. On behalf of the university, I thank everyone for attending and taking part in today's commencement. It is an important passage, and we're glad that you are here. Go home, celebrate with your family and friends. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, be safe, and we'll see you back at Fort Hays State in the future.